but just trying to get better heat adapted and not rely too much on water. So I'll pass the 5 mile mark and then start sipping on some water. If you're just joining, it is about 91 degrees out. I'm in Central Texas. It is 4:30 p.m. This is the hottest time of the day. It will remain at about this temperature probably through about 6 p.m. It might go up just a little bit, but this is probably about the temperature peak of the day. So I have targeted some runs during this time, not every day. I mean, if I'm trying to do a tempo run or go faster, I'm gonna go earlier. But the truth is, I'm still dealing with a fairly significant lower, it's a little hard for me to talk, lower abdominal core injury. It's uncomfortable pretty much all the time. But if I try to go too fast, my body tries to tell me that I probably shouldn't do that. So I'm not doing any track workouts right now. Even tempo runs, I'm typically targeting about a 7:30 pace, which is not super fast, so that I don't redline with my abdominal core injury.
Lap 5, 9:41.
All right, so you guys just heard that. I will say, when I'm holding up the phone like this and talking into YouTube, it does make me go a bit slower. But I'm also getting a bit tired. I mean, like I said, I haven't drank any water. I'm 5 miles into this run. It's 91 degrees out. I've technically done over 6.25 miles today. I ran 12 miles 2 days ago. Very similar temperatures, but for that run, it was approximately 100% humidity because it was like a chance of rain the whole time. So the humidity was like 99%, and it was about 87 degrees outside. So that was a tough run. I actually had to scale that one back a little bit. I initially planned on 20 miles, and based on how I was performing after mile 10, I made the tactical decision to stop at 12 miles. I just thought that I wanted 20, but sometimes in training, balance what you want versus what is going to be more productive. So I went out to do 20 miles and I was doing okay for a while. I was running like 9:05, 9:05, 9:05, and I hit that pace for like 7-8 miles in a row. But then the pace started to drift just a little bit, which didn't freak me out too much. So I held maybe like a 9:30. Once I hit 10 miles, my Camelback was drained. I had no water because it was so humid. So I did 2 more miles, and then I decided to walk a little bit. So I'm not telling you guys what you should do, when you're running, but sometimes you go out there with a mission and you have to adapt, if that makes sense, because my body was pretty much telling me, yes, you can finish 20 miles if you want, but you're not in a race, and this might hurt you later on. There's something called red line, which is basically you pass like this, almost like a law of diminishing returns. I'm not too into like math or economics, but you basically pass a certain threshold where you shouldn't really do too much more in training, depending on how you feel. I'm not really describing it too well, but redlining is kind of a big deal. It's basically like when you completely deplete your body during training, but then it takes you out so that you're not even able to race. So for example, in 2015, I was in the Army still, and I was running a bunch of 5K races on the weekends, but I was doing too much speed training. A lot of the times people redline for going too fast. It could definitely be for going too far as well, but I've experienced it more if I try to go too fast too often. Man, I said I was going to drink water, but I'm at 5.36